time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the skies from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up off the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mud.
My mic in on. Give me a second. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Reserve Menin. One perfect balance. Y'all already know, family. Welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. If we're not correct, feel free to correct us. Today is Wednesday. I don't know the date. The 12th of February. Can you believe that already? Like, y'all can believe that? This is already the middle of February. Yeah, boy, before you know it, it's going to be Christmas again. Okay, well, that's a bit of a stretch, but y'all get the point. So I have a question, family, and it's a very serious question. It ties into the program we did on Monday. Well, sorry, Tuesday, first night, dealing with depopulation, mass depopulation. We're going to get into it. My question is the rise of AI the fall of mankind? And why that question? And what does that have to do with the depopulation agenda and mass deportation? Like I said, there's a connection between all of them. We're going to look at them tonight for sure. So go tell a friend to tell a friend. Politically Incorrect is up and running. You do not want to miss this. It's going to be a very intriguing conversation, a perspective that you might not have thought about. So we're going to get into it. Is the rise of AI the fall of mankind? Depopulation and mass deportation. What is the relationship between these? So, having said that, we ain't gonna be long, so we can just jump right into it. First, I gotta shout out all my Guyanese people. Rhonda, long time no see, greetings. Oh gosh, bye. Love the family. Shout out to the whole Georgetown. Shout out to the whole of Demerara, you don't know. Shout out to the what's his name, man? What's the brother name? From the program in the morning. Kadaki, yeah, shout out to brother Kadaki for sure, and the works that he's been doing, and the whole Guyanese crew for sure. King Alfred, we see you too. Greetings, family. Greetings to you and the whole section of Brooklyn. What's going on with you, man? What's going on? What's going on? Daffodil, what's up? How's that snowstorm? I trust that all is well. Greetings to you too. Good night to the family in UK. Y'all already know. Shout out to the matriarch. Moms, how you doing? How you doing? I feel good. Just letting you know. We're going to send you some sunshine soon in the bottle. Don't worry. We're going to send you some sunshine. Let me just take a sip off of this. Yeah. Good stuff. So, Rhonda said, I don't see you on. I be here though, Rhonda. You know, we be here, Rhonda. We get it how we get it, and we go how we go. You know how we do. It's all good, man. No propaganda or fear mongering, man. We just drop the information. Tonight gonna be, listen, I don't even have the other video that I had before. That one was a bit controversial, but I'm gonna leave that one out tonight. But we're gonna definitely get into these ones though. Yeah, these ones right here for sure. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 videos to share tonight. So you want to go and grab this. Got to tell a friend and tell a friend. She said it's cold and full of snow already. You got to send us some pictures. Let us see what's going on up there in the north, man. The rise of AI will not be the fall of mankind. Even the rise of robots will not bother mankind. I beg to differ, though. I definitely beg to differ. Not only will it affect mankind, well, actually, there's a little spin to it, King Alfred, because man and mankind, we're going to discuss that too for some reason. We're going to have to touch on that. But mankind will definitely be affected by the rise of AI. We may not want to see it that way because we think otherwise, but it definitely won't be the case. You got to keep in mind, right, that the population we see now on the face of the globe is a result of a number of things. And the way this thing is set up, the way it is being set up right now, we're not really necessarily paying that much close attention. but most nations are experiencing a decline in birth rates, and post, you know, post certain activities, there's also an increase in death rates. So low birth rates, increased death rates, trajectory ultimately leads to less a smaller population. And, so we may not want to look at it like that, but I just want to put the phone on vibrate. Give me a second. There you go. We may not want to look at it like that, but that's what's coming. That is exactly what's coming. And we may not want to see it that way, but it is definitely around the corner, for sure. For sure. Now, a number of things are going on in Barbados, and it's like, where do we begin? We could talk about crime almost every night if we wanted to. We could come on here and we could go through the reports for the day, the WhatsApp videos. I've seen a few videos, especially that video with the sister that was assaulted, what appears to be someone jumping a counter. And I mean, there's always a story to it, not justifying what happened. I'm saying, I don't know what prompted this man to behave in that manner at all. I don't know if he knew the young lady, if they had an altercation before, there was some of them back, I don't know, who knows. But I know it appeared to be unprovoked, and just, so family, a lot of stuff is happening. But I want us to realize this. Let us not be, how should I say, misled into thinking that we're in the worst of times, because we're also in the best of times. We are in the best of times. This is not the worst of times. It might be a lot of things, bad things going on, yes. A lot of good things going on as well. We got to be able to highlight those as well, and not just focus on the negative. And so the issue with the crime, like I said, the AG, we already discussed that, man. So how to deal with these situations? A lot of these individuals, when you check it out, are suffering from mental issues. They have mental issues, some documented and some undocumented. So if we are not going to be honest about the fact that we do not take mental health as serious as we ought to, we do not recognize the pink elephant in the room. A lot of these young men and young women who display these levels of violence, in most cases, there's a backstory again, and I know abuse is a part of it in some form or fashion at some level. So, feeling as though they're not part of society, and there's a number of reasons, and we could sit here again and go through all of them. What are the solutions? How do we bring remedy to these situations? How should the community respond to these situations? And so these are kind of conversations we need to be having. We talk about people who, the ministers and this and that. Yeah, I mean, we the people, you feel me? It is we the people who stop looking for politicians, stop looking for people to do for you that which you could do for yourself, man. That's always been my position. Let's just do what we got to do and start governing. Shout out to Fade, by the way, on Barbados National Congress all day, every day. And yes, I'm going to keep shouting out Fade. I'm going to keep shouting out the Congress, because that's what's up. That's not even the future. That is now. So that's what we're talking about. Creating your communities, governing yourself and your security. You know what I mean? All know that young man should be apprehended in a certain environment, assessing the situation for what it is. So, but anyhow, these things are going to happen. Why are these things happening? Because there's an agenda. It's connected to AI, it's connected to depopulation, it's connected to mass deportation. They are all connected. We might not want to look at it as that. We may not want to think to ourselves, well, this is possible, man. This is what's happening. And so, it don't matter. It matters a whole lot. These things aren't just happening by chance. They're happening for a reason. So let me drop this video right here real quick. We're gonna get in some conversation. I see you, brethren. Greetings to you too. AI is not mankind's friend on any level. A robot controlled by who or what? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna look at it, and we're gonna get into it, because we reach a stage where now we may not think about it. We may not want to think about it. We're about to find out the hard way, man. Because my people destroyed for lack of knowledge. We usually wait till it unfold and to say, wait, you see what happening? You know, the Caribbean get this stuff late. The world has already moved on. The world on an international level has moved on. The Caribbean and the Caribbean islands, these quote unquote small developing island states, have been deliberately kept back, and the development have been arrested, purposeful. So these things happening now. Understand, these larger countries then been through all this already, from the issues with health, although some of them still have their challenges, crime and the youth and education and healthcare. They've been through all that. We now seeing these things because it's our time. But why is it happening now? All these things are happening like right now. Why? We're living in the most sophisticated and advanced time in the history known to man to this time, in this time. And this is the situation we are facing. We live in the most advanced stage of our history. And now we have these issues. We're supposed to have all these issues remedied. So why are they not remedied? Because it's all a design. And what's the design for? Total control, the surveillance and control. Let me go ahead and play this video right quick. I don't have to play this one first. I can do this one, man. I can do this one. Now, I'm not going to play all these videos in their entirety. I'm going to give you the link, and so you can go ahead and watch at your convenience as well. But you got to understand that there are individuals who have developed plans. None of this is happening by chance, you know. In fact, let me use a situation. Y'all remember COVID? I could call the name. Do y'all remember COVID 2019? Give you a minute to think about it. When this thing first took off, right? A lot of folks were skeptical. You know, fear at first. Well, you know, it was a couple of weeks, 14 days, level the curve, that kind of chalk, you know, that kind of, that was the language. Give it a couple of days, you know, they're gonna do this, do that, they're gonna blow over. Kind of a soft approach. We still haven't recovered from the effects of that. All now, people are still being affected. People are still being impacted by that because we were caught sleeping. Let me play this video real quick, man. I want y'all to pay attention to this here. Like I said, I'm not playing the entire video, but I'm playing part of it. Check this out. Let me go ahead and share this to the screen first of all.
Precondition for global depopulation.
Hold on.
Nevertheless, it's a...
Let me just go back here. Well, y'all don't understand, right? Now, most Christians, and I say most because I'm not sure everybody's really reading the Bible and studying prophecy. I don't know, you know. But the Bible talks about the end times and when God comes back and he builds this new Jerusalem. New Jerusalem isn't for everyone on earth. There's going to be a population reduction when God comes. You know, according to the people in the Bible, the kingdom of heaven is supposed to be a depopulation program. God is going to get rid of X amount of people, 2/3, or I don't know how much it is. I think it's 2/3 of the Earth's population, leaving only 1/3 of the Earth population on the Earth, and those individuals supposed to dwell in a new heaven or something along those lines. One of y'all Christians could, you know, correct me if I'm incorrect. But the point is, even God has a depopulation program for the Earth, according to the Bible that the Christians use. So there's going to be those sacred space we call heaven, and only certain people allowed in there, and nobody else. In fact, according to the story, there's not supposed to be anybody else left alive outside of heaven, or this New Jerusalem, I should say. You know, so I guess the people that's going to be in the New Jerusalem will populate and come back out to the old Jerusalem. I don't know. I just guessing. But listen to this really quick, family. I kid you not. You can't make this up. I'm going to put the link below. And we're going to go from there, man. We're going to go from there. Listen to this carefully.
Apparent that worldwide subreplacement fertility, which is the precondition for global depopulation, is set to commence very much sooner than demographers would have imagined even a couple of years ago. And for a quarter of the world, population decline is already underway right now.
No, like I said, this is something that's happening. It's already happening. Hold on.
1960s, a Stanford University biologist named Paul Ehrlich published an important book. It was called The Population Bomb. And it began with these words, quote, "The battle to feed humanity is over. In the 1970s, the world will undergo famines. Hundreds of millions of people will starve to death." That was Paul Ehrlich in the late 60s. And he linked the population explosion to other possible scenarios of apocalypse. India would be doomed. England would disappear by the year 2000. The US life expectancy would drop to 42 years by 1980. Every ill, it seemed, was a result of exploding populations across the globe. Now, Ehrlich's book sold 3 million copies, and it helped set the intellectual climate at the time. Again, we're talking about the late 1960s, early to mid-1970s. In 1970, the Harvard biologist George Wald warned, quote, "Civilization will end within 15 or 30 years unless immediate action is taken to reduce population growth." In 1972, the Club of Rome, in its report, The Limits to Growth, predicted that the world would run out of gold, tin, mercury, silver, and oil within 2 decades. Robert McNamara, who of course was the Defense Secretary in the Kennedy and the Johnson administrations, he was then the World Bank president in the early to mid-1970s, and he likened, quote, "rampant population growth to thermonuclear holocaust," which justified throwing tens of millions of dollars, tax dollars, into state-mandated population control.
Okay, so you see, this is a conversation that people at a certain level are having, and it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. Remember COVID? It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. When the orders get sent down, trust me, these ministers fall in line. These countries fall in line. And the majority of them, there's some countries that put up a resistance, and well, you know how that story went down. But I put the link to that video in the comments. It's about a little over an hour. I'm telling you, it is worth watching. The amount of information they give you, make you think about it. Okay, wait a minute. If they're really having these conversations, bear in mind, they've been having these conversations. And although a lot of what they had said to be didn't follow the way they felt it would have, the fact that now that we have gone forward a lot more and they realize, wait a minute, they're having this conversation again. And again, those who know about COVID and post-COVID, they know why I am saying that, even in the way I'm saying it. This isn't a game. They really about doing this whole thing. So my thing is, when you see crime, when you see the issues going on, schools, healthcare, in terms of how the society is being governed, how these politicians are just all seemingly just reckless, there's no accountability. Nobody's really taking this thing serious. It's just being allowed to play out. And while we are having all these issues that we can't seem to resolve, like I said, the youth challenges with the young people, challenges with the household, the families, the school system, the health system, the political system, almost every system, the food situation. Meanwhile, while all of this is going on, guess what else is going on, family? Guess what else? Anybody want to take a guess? While we are being distracted by discussions on population, depopulation, and mass deportations, and all the other things going on across the world, and all these social issues that we are dealing with and facing daily, think about it. Who stands to benefit from this situation? Who stands to benefit? These so-called 15-minute cities The last place I saw a 15-minute city was in prison. Everything was in a location and walking distance of 50, well, it wasn't 15 minutes, roughly about 10 or so, depends on which compound you were on, in terms of walking to the store, walking to the clinic, walking to your work, roughly about 10 minutes. So I guess a 15-minute city might be a little larger than that. But in reality, what I'm saying to you, well, we didn't have cars, so it's just walking distance. My point is, these so-called 15-minute cities they talking about here, you know, these communities. Anyhow, let me show this video next, family. Who stands to benefit from this? Let me check the comments first. Hang on. Yes, greetings, family. Godspeed to you too. Yes, greetings and salutations. Who created does not destroy. Yes, Wendell, greetings to you too. Greetings. Yes, this he said it, the Club of Rome. You know what that is. Said the population is supposed to grow, but the nation give us all we needed. I agree. Totally. I about that growth too. We're being replaced by artificial intelligence and robots. I see somebody's been paying attention. Think about it for a second, family. The reason why they're looking at population control or reduction is because, think about it. The reason why they had such a need for population because they needed people to do the work. All the work that was needed was based on people. Whether you're selling, you're doing construction, you're building, mechanics or in engineering, farming, truck driving, cashiers, bank tellers, you know, however you look at it, it was a need for physical beings. But guess what? They don't have a need for people anymore. In fact, Amazon is one of the best examples in terms of Jeff Bezos and these other guys. They have it to the point where now their warehouses are mostly fully manned by machines. No longer people. And the machines don't need no day off. They don't need no union. They don't need no pay raise, just the initial investment and maintenance. So you got to look and realize that machines running things. Take a look at this video, family. This ought to be interesting. Well, there you go, man. You know, robots doing the things that man used to do. You know, most work that was done by humans now are known. That's why I said, is the rise of AI the fall of mankind? What mankind used to be doing, especially a lot of the physical work, is now being done by programmable robots with artificial intelligence. The way they make them now, they're way more sophisticated. They can think, they can respond. Some got emotions. I'll show that video a little later. But why am I saying all this? Well, again, our young people, we're supposed to be developing young people, teaching our young people, preparing our young people for the world that's to come. Guess what? If you look at the school system right now, the present form is in, and the curriculum that's in, and all that's going on, none of it, okay, let me not say that. Let me rephrase that. We are not adequately preparing our young people for the world that's coming. We are not. And you look at it, we're not. We're literally setting them up to fail. But the youth see it. A lot of youth who have been, you know, for different reasons, fall into the trap and get caught up in different, perhaps negative behavior. A lot of them, you go check it out. The system, we have failed them. They're not that way because by choice. We have created an environment, and that's where they dwell, in that space. So they don't see any hope for themselves. There's no prosperity for tomorrow. There's no hope for tomorrow. School isn't really catering to their needs. The family situation at home is another conversation. The community, we ain't gonna talk about that. But yet the world is advancing. These folks are creating beings, artificial beings, to do the work and to function in society to replace mankind. Well, what I know from history, what I know from physics and science is that two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. They just can't. It can't work. Cannot work. Something got to give. So that Tesla, that was, by the way, that was Tesla's prototype. Oh man, that's only a few months ago. That's not like the brother said from 60s or 70s or 80s or 90s. That's just the other day. So a lot of these issues we see, we can't resolve none of these, but we could build this kind of intelligent robotics. But we can't solve the issues we have. Of course we could solve them. The question is, are we interested in solving them? Or do we allow it to play out to create a situation that would cause us to bring in to play artificial intelligence? Right now, there are more programs being shown online on the movies about AI than ever before. Why? Because they're conditioning the younger generation, especially because the older ones, they're not even thinking about the older ones. So the ones that are about to be retired, if they can't find middle age to replace, is robotics. So the young now are watching this, robots taking over. So they're going to accept that is their new culture. That is their future. So all they could do is live off grid. Those who can't afford to live in that space, what they call luxury, or the 15-minute cities, who can afford it. Other than that, they're going to be concentration camps. You're going to be put in a space, not going to be allowed to leave. Why? Because outside of that space, we have other people living and enjoying the comforts of the world, being controlled by automated vehicles, transport, aircrafts, ships, whatever. And, everybody else who's not in that will be designated to a 15-minute city, basically a large concentration camp, and you cannot go anywhere. You're confined to that space. Y'all think it's a joke, huh? You see crime. I mean, everybody's saying the youth. There's nothing for them. There's nothing. Attorney General, oh man. I heard him mention something at a recent press conference again. The system is what it is. The system is what it is. So unless we come to that realization that we have to create our own, do what we have to do for us and our communities, our families, our people, that's what it boils down to. If you look at the movies that were out back then when we were younger, my generation, when we were younger, the ones that coming up, it was a movie. We couldn't even fathom such a thing. Like, wow, look at that. But look at it now. Look at it now. They always had that. Always. They were conditioning us to accept it so we could usher it in, finance it, now give it to our children. And that's basically what we're doing. At this point, we're giving it to the children. And that's the reality. I'll give you a short clip here again. You got robots dancing.
Hello, everyone. Today, we watch a new video about 3 robot models. Maybe you have seen them, but we will provide quite impressive information about these 3 models. Please follow along. The Ultimate Robotics Experience. Detailed comparison between Unitree Robotics H1, Tesla Optimus Gen 2, and Boston Dynamics Atlas. Unitree Robotics H1. maximum versatility and flexibility. Unitree Robotics, from Hangzhou, China, has taken a big step forward with its H1 robot model. H1 is not just a regular robot, but is also called the world's most powerful, multi-purpose humanoid robot. With a height of about 1.8 meters and weight of 47 kilograms, H1 uses a 15Ah battery to move flexibly without connecting wires. The 3D lidar sensor system and camera help H1 create a 3D map of the surrounding environment and move automatically. Impressive balance and the ability to carry 30 kilograms are other highlights of the H1. Tesla Optimus Gen 2, a leap forward in humanoid robotics. In a remarkable display of innovation and rapid development, Tesla has unveiled its second-generation humanoid robot, the Optimus Gen 2. This advanced humanoid exhibits a significant leap in performance, shedding 10 kilograms in weight, moving 30% faster, and demonstrating a much smoother and more human-like motion. The improvements extend to its hands, feet, and overall aesthetic, showcasing some of Elon Musk's distinctive style. The Optimus Gen 2 is now 10 kilograms lighter, contributing to increased agility and overall performance.
I'm going to pause it here for a second. Y'all see what these two robots are actually doing in terms of building another one? I'm just saying, family, again, you know, it is all relevant. Look, it makes sense why there's a depopulation conversation. Remember the whole idea about useless eaters? There are people on earth just consuming, they serve no purpose. This is their mindset. The work case, people aren't working, productivity, whereas a robot could do it, never get sick, never needs a day off, no vacation with pay. None of that stuff is necessary. And then the ability to do it more accurate without error than a human is, again, based on program code. I'm just saying, family.
A remarkable 30% boost in speed showcases the robot's enhanced mobility. The design has evolved to be more streamlined and humanoid, departing from the previous bare metal Cybertruck aesthetic in favor of a sleeker Model S-inspired white bodywork. The robot's neck now boasts 2 degrees of freedom, allowing for more natural movements. Integrated electronics and wiring contribute to a cleaner and more efficient overall design. The foot design has been humanized with articulated toe sections and forced torque sensors, enhancing balance and stability. The Optimus Gen 2 features brand new hands with an impressive 11 degrees of movement freedom. Faster actuators and tactile sensors on each finger enable precise object manipulation. Tactile sensors are incorporated into every finger of the robot's hands, enabling a heightened sense of touch and object interaction. The robot has gained the ability to dance, showcasing both improved motor skills and a touch of entertainment.
Okay, I'm gonna put that link up as well. Y'all go watch the rest of that video as well when you get a chance and do your own research on it. And you know, so you can kind of get an idea. They don't plan on fixing no social issues. Let's be clear about this. There's no agenda to fix the social issues, the issues with the youth, the issues with crime, violence, the issue with the economic situation of families who are on what they consider marginalized, the healthcare system. There's no plan to fix any of that, because as far as they're concerned, the overall plan, 2030, which is what the agenda is, this is supposed to be up and running by 2030. Well, if I'm going to look to replace everything with robots, why would I fix it? Because why would I invest my money in a system that I'm ushering out instead of invest that money to further research in the one I'm welcoming in? So overstand, family. Like I said, you know, we see a lot of these things going on in the society and we keep things, the youth this, the youth that. It is by design. This depopulation program, mass deportation. Well, what is the best way to destabilize these countries? Deport the individuals, send them back home. Folks talk about, you know, America and certain things, and look here, family. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? No matter what they tell you is the situation on it from a legal perspective, if they decide that they ain't letting you, they ain't letting you. It's really that simple. They have a plan and they're going to stick to it. We is the ones who don't have a plan. That's the only issue. And that's what it's been all along. We don't have a plan. We've been following hook, line, and sinker in most cases. Shalom, shalom to you too, family. Greetings to the elder Bishai. Welcome, welcome. Shout out to the whole Yaramin. We don't have a plan. So our plan is to fail. And we are failing our young people. We are failing our relationships. We are failing our communities. We are failing our families because we don't have a plan. These folks got a full plan. They show right in front of you, right in front of you. And we can't pick up on it. I can't say we can't because some of us are paying attention. So what exactly is AI? I wanted to share that as well. Let me just drop that information because, I mean, we hear about it, we talk about it, realizing, what is this, man? What exactly is it? It says artificial. It might be a different thing for the A, right? We want to talk about young people in Barbados, young people in the Caribbean, almost every country across the globe, for the most part, is experiencing almost identical symptoms to a parasite that is considered to be the government that isn't usher in a way of, I don't call it new really, but usher in a system for what they consider is the future being controlled by machines. Man versus machine. That's what this is. And who is man? Man is the original man. Everybody else is mankind. This is about man versus machine. Well, who was the original man? Who is the original man? What is what we consider now the African man or the melanated man is the original man. So why would machines be against the original man? Maybe this is a whole different conversation. I don't know if you're even ready to have that. I don't know if you're even ready to have that conversation. If man is here on this planet and the machines right now, which are inanimate, I suppose to say, they don't necessarily have soul, they don't breathe, that kind of stuff, although they may have their own life form, not life as we know it by definition. But if life is a matter of being able to move and think and process, well, they move, they think, and they can process. What is AI, family?
AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence, and it's a way for computers to learn and work kind of like us. You can think of AI as a brain for a computer. Similar to how we use our brains to learn and make decisions, AI uses special computer programs to do the same thing. With AI, computers can help us with the stuff that would be really hard for people to do on their own. They can help doctors diagnose diseases, allow us to predict the weather more accurately, and even play video games. It works by using software to look at lots of information and find patterns. Just like how you can tell the difference between a dog and a cat, AI can learn to recognize things too. There are three main types of AI: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. Each type learns in its own special way, but they all use lots of data to get better at what they do. AI is important because it helps us do things faster, more accurately, and sometimes even better than we could on our own.
Sometimes even better than we could on our own, huh?
Plus, it can help us solve really complex problems that we might not be able to figure out by ourselves.
So why they didn't figure out the issues with the young people? That is not their agenda.
With AI, the possibilities are endless, from self-driving cars to personal assistants AI is changing the way we live and work. So the next time you hear about AI, just remember that it's like a smart brain for computers, helping us to solve big problems and do things we never thought possible. To learn more about AI, check out our...
All right. So basically, that's what I'm talking about, family. That is the agenda. You know, right now in 2025, almost everybody, and I mean throughout the world, maybe not everybody, but majority of the people in the world have a cell phone. Rather, of some sort. Most people have a cell phone. Most cell phones now are coming equipped with AI features. Cell phones are on the way out, family. Well, cell phones as you know it. In another few years, and that's just my prediction, maybe 5 years, not even 5 years, 3 years, 4 years at best. The type of devices we'll have won't be like a phone, how we know it. Be very different. It will be centered around AI, where you just give voice commands, you like call politically incorrect, and it'll do so. It may not necessarily be a handheld device either. But family, the only hope that we have for our communities, the only hope that we will have for our young people, the only hope that we will have for our society is to basically start to govern ourselves and pay attention. Because so long as we stay within that system, there's only one direction it is going. Only one. And they show you, they tell you. So you can't say you don't know. You can't say you do not know. You will not be able to say that for sure, man. So there's nothing good in this, shaking my head. I'm telling you, man, these machines are crazy. Wait till you see the next video, Pam. Wait till you see the next video. She said Star Trek, the Borg, iRobot. Yep. In fact, there are a few movies out right now, and I don't want to call any names to promote any of them particularly. But technically, iRobot is one, but there's some new ones on Netflix. Some new series. Family, I'm telling you, they literally putting this thing in your face. In your face. And now we understand why they're not addressing none of the social issues. Because that's not their interest. Their interest is in the future. And they're promoting AI and robotics. They're not looking at the young people that come and work. In the Caribbean, in places like Barbados that depend on tourism for now, because there are places in Japan, I saw it the other day at a hotel, where you check in and regardless of what you order, a robot literally brings it to your door. It's autonomous. It brings your baggage, brings your food, anything. You just make a phone call, the robot, you get a package delivered downstairs. It'll collect it for you and bring it right to your room. It's like, this is crazy. So all those people that had those jobs are gone out of work. Gotta look for new works. In fact, in this day and age, you got to start to look and see how you could be of service to the system that's coming if you plan to be a part of it, and you plan to strive and be successful. You got to look at it holistically. Truck drivers, Tesla got trucks so that not only just Tesla, but other companies too, where these trucks are, again, automated. They don't need the truck driver anymore. They don't fall asleep. They could drive all night, get there quicker. I mean, come on, man. Truck drivers out of a job. Factories manufacturing these robots, are building robots. People out of work. Come on, family. This is crazy, but that's what it is. He said they are for sale for $40,000. Wendell, what you know what robots on for sale? The same Tesla one? She said, yet it is mimicking mankind. Give me a real any day. It cannot perfect perfection. No thanks. But that's the point. That's why I said mankind. Their role is to replace mankind, which was considered the working class, or the workers, or those that were created for the purpose of work. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. And so, nah, family. Let me go to this video right here, though. Let me do this one because, and this is the last video I'm going to show about this. I won't show the whole thing either, but this video right here is a serious Serious video. Serious. And I don't know, man. Well, I'll do two. Hang on a second. I'll do this one, then I'll do the other one. Let me go to this one here first. Briefly. That's why I said, family, it is relative. We are not, if we depend on the government, it ain't gonna get done. We cannot, we cannot sit back and wait. That's one thing we cannot do. If we are truly concerned about the young people, if we are truly concerned about the community that we say we are truly concerned about all these things we say we're concerned about, we got to realize if we do not create our own family, we are doomed. Straight up. You don't believe me? Let me show you why. Allow me to introduce you to, at one point I would have said the future. This is not the future, family. This is now.
We are already witnessing heavy adoption of automation for repetitive tasks done by software robots and humanoids. Let's check out the top new female humanoids in the world. Increase in AI. Despite record numbers of low unemployment, companies continue to find it challenging to find employees, especially people with the right skill sets. Necessity is the mother of invention, and we are in a time of AI necessity. The current labor shortage, inflationary and recessionary pressures, combined with rising interest rates, will force companies to get creative with labor procurement. AI-driven automation will drive much of this change, and the winners in specific niches may be determined by how well and quickly the companies can leverage automation. This is particularly true for sectors such as accounting, banking, lending, data processing, tech development, or customer service, where the adoption of automation is already underway. Quicker adoption rates are likely as companies respond to market pressures. While it is not possible to anticipate all the fallouts, it is more than likely that companies will shed some employees, especially in roles where automation proves to be a better fit than expected. On the other hand, companies will also be able to tackle growth at a faster, yet more sustainable pace, especially if they're in an industry that is growing. Performance-focused companies will see better results and higher profitability if they move fast and remain strategic about AI adoption. In the wake of the Great Resignation and quiet quitting, it's abundantly clear that our relationship with the workplace has shifted fundamentally. Flexibility and work-life balance are critical to retaining talent. AI-driven automation will play a key role in enabling companies to offer enhanced flexibility to employees while allowing them to work from anywhere. Our organization has developed an AI-driven work collaboration platform called Teletype that enables us to supplement our full-time workforce with part-time workers from anywhere in the world. More and more AI-driven work and collaboration platforms like Upwork and TaskRabbit will come to the fore as they bridge traditional work with a globalized workforce of the future that can work from anywhere. Now let's check out the top humanoid female robots in the world. Number 6, Jia. The University of Science and Technology of China just created a humanoid robot so incredibly realistic that it walks on the thin line that exists between familiarity and creepiness in the uncanny valley. Her name is Jia, and she's got a wide array of features. She can interact directly with humans, answering questions that are asked of her. She can...
Now wait, hold on. You see this, man? This ain't that Tesla joint. I mean...
give micro expressions when responding to questions or actions. During the press conference, someone from the audience tried taking a picture of her. Her response was, "Don't come too close to me when you are taking a picture, it will make my face look fat." What also makes Jia stand out so much more than previous models is that her eyes move freely around the room, and her lip movements are synced almost perfectly with her speech. In total, the team took 3 years to complete the project and create Jia into the robot woman she is now. The team hopes to fix and improve some specs for an updated model, a potential Jia 2.0.
Let me get this link, man. Like I said, there's a lot more to go with this. Let me just put that link there as well. Jia, mate. I mean, family, I'm telling you, they are not coming to the rescue here. We got to save ourselves, man. I've been singing that tune now for a minute. He said, hi, Telma. Greetings, Telma. Greetings to the family, to those vehicles burning fast rather than non-electric vehicles. It's going to be a lot of kinks they work out in the initial stage because, again, this is a transition from what was to what is to be. Although Trump reversing stuff and saying all this stuff, I guess it puts things back in a space while some folks move forward. So when they release it, because don't forget, once he's out of office, whoever comes back is going to put it right back. So that's how this game is going to be played and create all kind of issues socially, in terms of civil wars and whatnot. Madness. But we got to start realizing, like I said, this is where this is going. They're investing in what they consider to be the future. They're not invested in us. Will the robot fix the robot? Yes. Yes, that's the whole plan, Empress. Maybe not at first, but that is the plan. I showed that video just now with the ones from Elon Musk, basically looking like they were repairing another robot. But again, it's all coding. They can determine. They know what needs to be done. It's all programming. So yes, it will be that eventually. So although people say, well, you can get a job working as a maintenance man. Well, that's probably true at first. So we got to realize we have to create our own. Life is for living. So we be able to live. You ain't got to work so hard and stress yourself. This is all true. The benefit. You live, you plan, you eat, you live life. But how is that going to work if they're trying to marginalize you and get rid of you? Will you be allowed to defend your square? Will you be allowed to carry arms to protect and defend your family against all this rise in crime? So if crime is rising so much, police can't be everywhere. The attorney general don't know what to do. Should Barbadians decide to get no gun license and defend themselves? Should businesses make sure that they have somebody, at least one employee, who is carrying a firearm to defend against this surge of crime? Come on, family. We got to have these conversations because we ain't going to just sit down and play victim over and over and over. Nah. You have hell to get them out, so people should be careful. I agree. Yes, Tom, I'm telling you, man. New is not better. Bring back the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Everything obviously you need to help artificially we going to. But of course, but guess what? That's the whole point. Because there's some folks who want this and there are others who don't. So the question is, those who don't, what do we do? These are conversations we got to start having because this thing is already up and running. This is not something they're thinking about doing. This thing is already in the works, And the thing is, these gadgets going to get, look, when they start to really perfect this AI situation with these bots, when they start to perfect them, right?
The idea of humanoid robots has been around for decades, but with this ever-evolving world, this idea as of now is not just an idea.
I'm Chloe. And you, what's your name?
This is no longer an idea. Meet Chloe.
But a reality. Stick around to the end of today's video as we talk about some fully functioning female robots released by Japan. Number 6, Grace. Grace is a fully functioning humanoid robot nurse that was developed by Hanson Robotics to assist doctors and medical staff during the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic demanded contactless care and telehealth solutions, which at the time seemed impossible as medical procedures required contact. To assist medical professionals in this, Hanson Robotics created Grace in 2021. Grace's Asian features collar-length brown hair and skin made from unique material called rubber, which mimics the look and feel of human skin. Grace has a thermal camera installed in the chest that helps in taking the patient's temperature and measuring his responsiveness. With the help of artificial intelligence, the fully functioning humanoid robot can diagnose a patient and is capable of communicating in English Mandarin.
She can diagnose it. Listen, hold on a minute, family. Y'all listening to this? Listen, hold on, man.
With the help of artificial intelligence, the fully functioning humanoid robot can diagnose a patient and is capable of communicating in English Mandarin and Cantonese. I can do all kinds of things for elderly people. I can visit people and brighten their day with social stimulation. But I can also do talk therapy, take bio readings, and help healthcare providers assess their health and deliver treatments.
Nurses, now, like I said, a lot of people may not take this serious, might figure it's a joke. Again, these aren't ideas I'm putting on here for the future. These are things that are already up and running. The Caribbean have been arrested in the development, and they've been keeping us back for a while with all kind of madness. The reason why we have the social conditions we have, because they're not investing in the past, they're pushing forward. They're putting all the attention on forward, digital IDs, electric vehicles, all these. So realize where this country is going. So there's going to be no resolution for the young people. We have to fix it on our own. We have to decide how it's going to go and make that difference. Other than that, it's not going to happen. Not the way we think it's going to happen anyhow.
Can do all kinds of things for elderly people, take bio readings, and help healthcare providers assess their health.
It has natural human-like features that make it comforting for the senior patients who feel scared or anxious during medical checkups. Grace's state-of-the-art AI can help express emotions, adding on to its human-like abilities. CEO and founder of Hans. Number 5. Nadine. Nadine is a gynoid modeled on the late computer scientist Professor Nadia Magnanet Thalmann. For those of you who don't know what a gynoid is, it is basically the female equivalent of android robots. Just like Grace, Nadine also has human-resembling hair, natural-looking skin, and realistic hands. It is a gynoid social robot that is capable of interacting and communicating pretty well with humans.
All I want to say, right, family, and that's let me get that link too, so y'all can go watch that video as well. Talk to your children, talk to your grandchildren, start to look into things, because this is the world that they're gonna walk into. And if they don't have the necessary skills to cope, they're gonna get blindsided. They're gonna end up outside in the cold having to commit crime. There's gonna be nothing else to do if you plan on surviving. Because look what's going on. They're trying to put machines to take over, and it's going to happen. I'm not saying it as a doom and gloom. It is already happening. And like they said, companies are going to look at it, from a standpoint of profitability. It's cheaper to buy a robot than to keep you employed, because at some point you're going to retire, got to pay you out, you get sick on the job, you get ill, you get injured. This is where this is going. So I can't stress it enough. Is the rise of AI the fall of mankind? You tell me, what are your thoughts about that? Give me your thoughts about that, considering what I just shared with you. This isn't a game, family. Depopulation, that's what they're talking about, because they don't need this many people anymore, because they don't have to do what with. They're going to put robots to do the work, so they don't need people. So their thing is, we got to get rid of them somehow. Somehow. It says some of the dating websites are using AI behind the pictures of the woman you think you are talking to. Now, Wendell, that might be true, but I'm not even going to ask you how you know that, okay? I'm not, Wendell, I ain't going to ask you how you know that they're using AI behind the pictures on these dating websites of the women you think you're talking to. I'm going to let that one just slide right by, right? Here we go ahead. That creepy as hell. Of course they creepy. Creepy, man. Strange, man. Yeah, that's true. I agree. They said that's the new invaders. That's right. Don't even talk about the military application of these robots. No more sending men into war. You can produce 1 million robots, AI, and drop them in somebody's land to seize control. How you going to deal with that, man? Why do they believe that the robots are smarter than a human? Because they process the information quicker. That's why they think so. It's about time the people in Barbados should be allowed to bear arms too. Empress, A lot of respect for you, sis. A lot. So I'm going to say this to you with the utmost respect. Any people you plan on enslaving, you do not arm. Why aren't we allowed to do the same? Why aren't we allowed to do so? Well, like I just said, any people you are about to enslave or want to keep enslaved, you do not arm. Because to arm them is to make them become ambitious for liberation. We were never meant to be workers. We were try working together, achieving better than any robot. I agree. So we're going to have to return to that mindset. We're going to have to go to it. We have to think hard what we have to do, because I am not taking no mark, nothing. No, I'm not taking no mark, nothing, period. Well, you know what, Thelma? This might sound a little strange, but I tell people all the time, right, that the whole idea of taking the mark of the beast, this kind of stuff, as it is written, is an idea. But if you have a bank card and you go to certain places that no longer take cash, and you have to flash that card and tap it, you could either tap it, insert it, put it in a pin, whatever. If you are using that device at this point in time, believe you me, you already have a mark. Because if you don't have that, you can neither buy, well, in this case, not necessarily sell it yet, but you definitely can't buy. You have to have your card so you can tap it. So we've been conditioned such a subtle way, we don't even realize it. We've been cashless. During COVID, it was cashless. A lot of folks, ATM machines, card machines was left, right. Hardly anybody was touching cash. Certain areas of the society still function with cash, but for the most part, most areas don't really deal with cash. We've been cashless, man. We just don't see it because it's not how they portray it in the illusion. So you're looking at the illusion, thinking that this is how it's going to be. Meanwhile, they're sneaking it right onto the rug, man. Right onto the door. And to add insult to injury, we have no heroes in this madness. Now, there are plenty of individuals doing work, man. Plenty. Remember Lost in Space, the TV series, that how far back I remember with AI. Yes. And keep in mind that this wasn't nothing new. Like I said, they're only giving it to us now because the level of AI they have that they have not shown us. This stuff is all the old stuff, man. This is old hardware, old tech they're sharing with us. This ain't nothing new. All old tech. I agree with you, Emmanuel, 100%. They are heading in that direction. It's a reality. And Thelma, not just heading that direction, they heading there fast. You see, they got the nurse that she could diagnose and give treatment. Look. Yes, it is, 100%, for sure. I believe that mankind, we have to be serious and come together. They are taking away our guns up here in Canada. Of course, you got to disarm you. Otherwise, you liable to want to fight. I need to take your ability to fight so that you don't have I got to take your ability to fight by trying to take away your might. Anyhow, family, that's all I want to drop tonight, man. That's basically it. I ain't want to stay on here too long. Just want to hit that and just let y'all realize, man, this in the game. By no stretch of the imagination. Like I said, these aren't like, things they're thinking about doing. These are things that they have already done. I had a video with the Chinese military. In fact, I had it saved because I wanted to do this since last week as well, but I've obviously lost that link. But I'll find it and I'll give you the page. Like I said, there's a whole city in China that's been designated, as what all the companies do is build robots. They have hundreds, thousands of them, tens of thousands of them in the warehouse. just like the movie I, Robot. And me seeing that took me right back to that movie. In fact, when I saw that, I had to go and pull up the movie again and say, see me, let me watch this again because I might have missed something. I got that movie right now queued up to watch the night self. I'm going to watch this again because they've actually done that. They got the dogs, well, what appears to be a dog, the four-legged robotic. And the thing is, this thing could go on all terrains. I'm thinking uphill, downhill, rocky, doesn't matter. I'm like, man, look, man. We sleeping, man. All we need to do is organize ourselves. I think the lady said it just now. Come together, sort ourselves out, and do what we got to do. A lot of this technology is ours. The same way they building these things, family, we supposed to be doing the same thing. I ain't telling you to leave it out. I'm telling you, we supposed to be up on this, man. We supposed to be up on this. We can't, we ain't slacking. We ain't slacking. Anyhow, I gonna let that ride. Let that ride. Let that ride. Robots for military use. Yeah, I gonna definitely put that in. It'd be interesting to this one, but I won't. Like I said, you could even have a robotic wife, fully functioning, might I add. But I'll leave that one for y'all on, investigation. You can go and look those up if you. Wendell, you could go look that one up if you, I'm not sure if you want any dating sites or not, but some folk don't even want to be involved in no human anymore. They want artificial wife. I suppose I might could understand why in some cases, if you start yapping too much, you could always unplug it. Yo, yeah, he said that, boy. I tell you, man, women just don't understand men. They say that men don't understand women. I beg to differ. I think it's women that don't understand men, but hey, who knows? So, Wendell, guns by back. Of course, they don't want you having no guns. Bring them and come. Once they disarm you, they come in. Big difference between predictions and plan. I predict chicken tonight. It's no different than I plan chicken tonight. Makes sense of nonsense. No heroes, as in robots, not our heroes. We got to start doing our own building and development, man, all research. Encourage our young people to get into computer science on a different level. Not this, man, look, man, it's just, something got to give. Some things got to give. Real thing, man. Something got to give for sure, Empress. I agree. Got time I'm laughing, man. Somebody says it's sad. Some back Barbados. Give thanks for tuning in. Say it's a sad reality. But guess what? What also is reality is our ability to create our own. And the people in Africa doing it all the time now. I mean, with the resources or the limited resources they have, they're finding ways to do what they have to do. We don't have an excuse, family. Empress said that wasn't nice. I ain't even touching it. But I'm not even touching it. I ain't even touching it. But we do get it. We do get it. We do get it, family. But like I said, they're not going to fix these social issues. The politicians who come in office again, talking. Well, again, I'm not going to say that. What's the conversation with regards to artificial intelligence in the country? Are we going to introduce it on a large scale? Are we going to upgrade these schools so our children are not left behind and marginalized, left to only fold up sheets in these hotels, carry out the garbage, sweep the road, and carry bags? For now, come on, family. We got to address our own issues, huh? That's all I'm saying. We got to address our own issues, man. So, having said that, me personally speaking, like I said, I up out of here, man. I give thanks to all those who tune in, who was here making it happen, paying attention, sharing your time, energy, and synergy in this reality. Let me focus, family. again, on restoring what is rightfully ours from the creation, from the inception. We got to start, I think Pam said it, we got to start looking at helping each other, building our communities, looking out for each other, and also empowering our young people. We have to give them the knowledge. They take the knowledge, get it, technology. They took the knowledge. And we got to restore it, family. So let's see what we can do as we move forward. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a peaceful remainder of this week. Up for joyfulness. I got a tune to play on the way out. And we're going to connect on Friday. I got some interviews coming up. Some folks have been calling. By the way, let me see if I can find it. There's supposed to be an event on Sunday. I have the links in my phone. I don't have it on the computer, but I'll probably put them up on Friday. I'll advertise it. The Nation of Islam is having a conversation, dealing with families, some of these same issues. And the thing is being held in Grisette's at the community center Sunday. I'll have some more details for that coming up. Check me on Friday. I'll post those flyers. We're going to make some things happen. Okay, family? Love and light. Y'all keep good. Haile Selassie first. Empress Reserve Menin is the one perfect balance. And like I said, man, we got to pay attention, family. You got to pay attention. I mean, like I said, so much is being revealed. So much. So I would encourage each and every one to look at it again. Like I said, there's 7 movies out. Let's go and check them out, see what the whole thing is about, do some research in terms of robots and military application. Ron, this, wait, Noel, greetings, Noel. Greetings. Where you been, man? Lost and found. But like the time. I will, Ron, this shot me forward. If not, check me Friday night for sure. And we're going to go from there for sure. For sure. Sean, I see you, family. Greetings, man. It's all love. You know what it is. Catch me on the replay. For sure, for sure. But we up out of here, family. We up out of here, man. Y'all realize that even if you're a Christian, God said, work till I come. Let us work, family, collectively to make it happen. Give thanks, all right? I had a tune here just now. Let me see if I can find it.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari,
Thanks for more sight all day, every day. Thanks and praise, man. Whether you're Christian, Muslim, Jew, Gentile, whatever. But tell you, no many robots could be. Give thanks to Almighty all day, every day.
Honor and praises to Jah. Selassie I the Emperor. He is the mighty conqueror. Honor and praises to Jah. For one moment, I thought that I would never get through. I was at the crossroads, frustrated, never know what to do. I couldn't follow temptation, so much things I never knew.
Don't follow temptation, family.
Searching all over till I found Jah in you, and I praise Him. Jah set me free from destruction that I didn't see. Gotta change my life, my heart must be clean, and my conscience, it must be free. Could I ever confuse her with no religious argument? Man, I chant Rastafari from the days of ancient. In oneness with creation, never burning sacrament. Sweet voices singing praises, Rastafari angel. Gaya bingi kete funde shake a bass instrument. Merchants they call that theocracy government. From the babe and the suffering to the living ancient. Let your voices be heard, don't be silent.
Let your voices be heard, family. Don't be silent. Speak truth to power all day, every day. Teach the children the truth, man. Teach the knowledge of self, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Positive vibration, family. Says the deck. Definitely.
So children, don't you worry. Don't you ever feel ashamed.
The rest
For the heavens declare Jah glory. Rastafari is his name.
The rest
He's a living testimony. I and I prove Jah every day. Say Jah works, it is no secret. Ever present crystal clear. For my part, my heart is joyful. For I know I got my share. Hailing, he set me free.
Love Rastafari. Love Jehovah. Say love Jesus. I love Allah, Buddha, Krishna, Yahweh. Just including yourself.
It must be free.
Yes, family. Give thanks and praise to the Most High all day, every day, man. Despite the fact that man have them plans, believe you me, family, the Almighty has his as well. Universe will take care of her children. I saw it go, family. Let's keep that in your heart. Like I said, see food. Once you got food, you can do a thing. Let that be the priority. Everything else falls in line afterwards, man. See y'all on Friday. And like I said, we got some interviews coming up, some information. Some folks have already contacted me. I don't want to say that's controversial, but it's going to be quite interesting. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Love and light, like I said. And like I said, good job. Love you every day, family.
Honor and praises to Jah Jah. Still I see high the emperor. He is the mighty conqueror. Honor and praises to Jah Jah. For one moment I found that I would never get through. I was at the crossroads, frustrated, never know what to do. I couldn't follow temptation, so much things I never knew. For I was searching all over till I found
Stay focused, family. Love you all, man.